Eric Lievenhagen here on the path with you to true financial harmony. Every year there's a lot to deal with on the management side of your business, of your practice, right? As the new year kicks off, there's finishing out last year's financials, 1099s, payroll forms, and we get into filing taxes, tax returns, all kinds of organization and things. There's one important task in my experience that just doesn't get enough attention all throughout the year, but especially towards the beginning of the year. And it is crucial, really mission critical to your long-term financial success. And it's really simple. Start working on your current year tax strategy right now. The last thing that you want to do as an independent practice owner is wait until the end of the year to try and find as many tax deductions as possible. But that is what the majority of practice owners end up doing. Case in point, a little while back, I wrote a guest article, blog post for another website, and I discussed a lot about how those last minute tax savings can actually hurt your optometry practice. I'll post a link to that article in the comments below or in the description below rather, so you can find it. But you don't want to fall into that trap. It's a vicious cycle. The best tax savings and the best strategies take a full year to really maximize the benefits. And I tell you what, there are tax law changes every year, but this year, 2021, will be especially different. We're expecting a lot of changes, whether they come from the new administration, the new, the reseating of Congress. Unfortunately, some of those changes are going to mean inherently paying more taxes, especially for business owners. Not all the changes will be bad. Some of them may actually help you get more cash into your practice. The truth is, we only have ideas of what these changes are going to look like. Those campaign proposals are going to take a long time, likely change dozens of times before it actually becomes a bill that actually becomes a law, right? But one thing that we know is certain, and it's this. If you don't have a foundational tax strategy in place now, you won't be able to shift quickly to respond to the coming changes, and you're going to leave money on the table. So how do you get started with this? Awareness of the issue is the best first step. Be aware if you are actually meeting with your tax advisors and financial team all throughout the year, or whether you're maybe talking to them towards the end of the year and then again when it's time to file taxes. And when you do talk, are you talking about things majority of time that happened in the past or things that are happening in the future? So the best step is, if you don't have that level of guidance right now, to find a tax strategist who can really help you with this. So I encourage you to check out our content hub on our website, which we label the Independent Optometrist Guide to Financial Freedom. There I cover a lot of this stuff, how to choose the best tax advisor for your practice, plus some other kind of key points to consider. So the reality here is that over 90% of accounting practitioners, tax professionals that are out there don't provide a comprehensive approach that's actually going to help you keep more of your hard-earned money. So do yourself a favor, schedule a bit of time on your calendar to reach out to a tax strategist now. Find the best expert that serves your industry and do what it takes to work with them.